Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle, and the following is my case study on Cecilia. Starting with stage 1, prenatal, conception to birth. One of the tragedies that Cecilia was exposed to was illegal drugs that are unauthorized by the law, and the other is marijuana. Both of these substances affect the body's functions and are especially dangerous during pregnancy. Cecilia was exposed to these substances through secondhand smoking from a relative and accidental consumption early on in pregnancy. The consequences of this can range from physical abnormalities to a risk of a premature birth, miscarriage, or stillbirth. It also negatively affects the baby's development and puts Cecilia at risk for respiratory issues. Some ways to avoid this is to avoid taking drugs if you are unsure of being pregnant, avoiding all forms of drugs and marijuana if you are pregnant, as well as avoiding being exposed to them by distancing yourself from people who actively consume them. Now, stage 2, infancy to toddlerhood. Starting with Cecilia's APGAR score, which was 6, this points towards possible birth complications. Cecilia did have trouble breathing as a newborn and required assistance. The reason for this is Cecilia's prenatal exposure to illegal drugs and marijuana, which is known to cause respiratory diseases along with delayed growth and other abnormalities. Moving on to her motor skills development, Cecilia is now 2 months old and has begun to lift herself up when laying on her stomach. The first time she did this was during tummy time. This is a big milestone for Cecilia as she continues to grow. Some motor skills to watch out for as she reaches the age of 3 months is for her to learn how to grasp cubes, turn her head towards sound, babbling, and interacting more with her surroundings. Stage 3, early childhood. Starting with Piaget's process of adaptation, through which children build schemes as they interact with their environment. Assimilation is when existing schemes are used to fit new information, while accommodation is a creation of new schemes or adjusting old schemes to understand new information. Equilibrium goes hand in hand with assimilation as children use existing schemes, while disequilibrium leads to an imbalance since there is an inconsistency with new knowledge and existing schemes, which leads them to use accommodation. This is reflected in Cecilia's visit to the zoo at the age of 2, which led to her calling a coyote a dog because it shares similar features to her pet husky, while at the age of 6, when she was now attending school, she finally understood that a coyote and dog are different animals. The provided image shows how both animals share similar features. This is the reason that Cecilia assimilated them at the age of 2, and later on formed new schemes through accommodation at the age of 6. Stage 4, early and middle childhood. The 3 stages that affect motor development are physical, cognitive, and environmental. Drawing is an important activity for Cecilia's cognitive development. Some stages are scribbles, which may start with random illegible doodles, first representational forms, with lines as boundaries, and realistic drawings, which contain figures. Cecilia's first art creation at the age of 3 to 4 shows first representational forms as she uses the tadpole image to draw people and adds dots for eyes. While at the age of 5 to 6, Cecilia's art is now realistic drawings with the image showing how she added more color and detail by drawing people with distinguishable limbs and differences in the shape between the head and the body. Stage 6, adolescence to adulthood. Beginning with Erikson's theory of psychosocial development that focuses on milestones in childhood and identity development. This can cause identity versus role confusion as individuals may struggle with their identity and question their values. Marcia's 4 identity statuses include identity achievement, identity moratorium, identity foreclosure, and identity diffusion. In Cecilia's first postcard, she expresses regret about her goal to become a teacher, which portrays identity foreclosure as she has been committed to this goal with no exploration, only to realize that she does not want to continue this career path once she began to take the classes. In postcard 2, Cecilia explains how she had changed her major to be undeclared while she explored her alternatives, which includes taking pre-nursing courses and led to her new goal of becoming a nurse, which she feels confident about. Some facts that I find interesting are how Cecilia joined her school's softball team, and as she grows into adolescence, she will begin to form her own identity as a Mexican American. This is Cecilia's report card, and one quality I hope she has is kindness, which I will reinforce by teaching her empathy and including it in our daily life. The following picture shows Cecilia at the age of 6. That is all for my presentation. Thank you.